Let's go. Hello, everybody. It's super late as comparison to when we normally stream, but I was busy today, so I could not do it in the afternoon. So I still wanted to come on here and stream like I normally do because it's something I enjoy doing and I like having a habit of it. So let's get into it. Let me put the lighting better because it looks like there's a big black spot. There you go. Perfect, perfect. Alrighty then. Let's go. It's a nighttime sketch with Rod. So maybe I should do like the whole voice like, hello and welcome tonight to another video. This is Rod Gone After Dark, where we draw not so kid-like things with our basic shapes. Ha 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 ha. Now, but today, what should we learn? What do you guys want to learn tonight? We are almost done with this sketchbook, so I'm like super excited. There's only like maybe like 3 more pages. So we have to at least get through one of them tonight so that we have a little bit less to go through. Expressions. That sounds like a good one. Facial expressions sounds like a very good topic. How about you guys? Do you guys agree? If you guys agree and you guys want to see that, there you go. Just share the stream if you guys want to see facial expressions. Share the stream and like the stream because that is something we are going to play with tonight. So facial expressions. Zoom powers. Anyways, so we are going to talk about the simple ways that you guys can break down your facial expressions and how I go about it and how I can maybe hopefully after today you guys will be able to manipulate your faces in order to get any facial expression you might want. By using your eyelids and using different eyebrow positions, essentially you can create most facial expressions. So learning how to control the eyelid is very important. If you wanted to learn how to draw something with like angry eyebrows, you need to understand what that does to the face. So if you have your eyebrow now is pushing down, covering a little bit of your eye, and your eyelid is still there, so you still have to draw it in there most of the time. So that is how you get expressions that are angry. If you want expressions, let's put angry. Let's say sad. Like start naming expressions. Like let's do this fun. Like let's do this interactive. You guys start naming expressions and then I'll start drawing them. How about that? Meanwhile, I'm gonna take a tiny second. Mad. I already drew mad. So disgust. Okay, disgust is an interesting one. Disgust, you have to play with eyebrows. For disgust, you have to bring eyebrows down. You need to bring eyelid up. You have to alternate your eyelids. So you have to have one open, one closed, some distress marks, and maybe like, ooh, like a nose expression, like gross. There you go. Something like that would be like nauseous. Or like grossed out or something like that. Ugh. In love, aw, and in love one, this is disgust. In love, let's draw love. So love tends to come in like adoration, right? So when you are like in absolute like wow over someone, you end up just googly eyed over them. So, and then like literally, like it just seems like everything just kind of melts. So it's like when you're in love and you feel like you're in love, everything like just feels like surreal. So there you go. Love. Happy. Happy. Okay, happy. Let's do happy. We could do a little like simple happy face, but we're not gonna do that shit. We're not just gonna do this. That's too lame for happy. Happy, if you are actually really happy, your cheeks go up. Therefore, they cover a little bit of your eyes. You have your eyelids, and then your eyelids would be high up as comparison to your eyes. You'd probably have a really jolly smile, digging your cheeks up even higher on your face, pushing your cheeks up. And that is how you draw somebody really happy. And then if you want like super joyful, you could even draw their mouth open. And then it's extra, extra happy. Snooty. Ooh, that's a good one. That's an interesting one. No, Diana, we are not doing any lives. Snooty. Oh, let's see. Snooty. So let me zoom in more so you guys can see it. There you go. So snooty. I can imagine like an upward nose, maybe like a really long nose, and a scrunchy face up front. And then obviously their eyes have to be like, ugh. There you go. That would be somebody snooty. Like, wait. Annoyed. Annoyed. Let's see. Let's change the direction of the faces. Let's do some different directions. Annoyed. So annoyed would be like kind of like bored, but a little bit more distress lines. So it's not quite angry, so you don't have like the lines like going in there, but you still find yourself really annoyed. Okay, so flirty. Flirty. All right, let's do flirty. So flirty. So flirty could be construed as maybe like one, like a winking motion with a pouty lip. There you go. Awkward. So awkward is not necessarily a facial expression. That is like a description of somebody's like actions or reactions. So I don't know exactly what you mean by awkward. Depression. Depressed is a facial expression. So let's draw a facial expression of depressed. So depression comes with a lot of it has to be a lot of lines to create anxiety and like sadness. So it's gonna come with a lot of dark lines. There you go. So that would be something like depressed. Sleepy. Sleepy could be like one eye like closed, like one eye almost closed, and you're like trying to like fight that like eyebrow from closing completely. Have like some lights, lines underneath, and you're just exhausted. That would be sleepy to me. Mortified. Okay, mortified. Let's see. Mortified. That would be like, it still has like a negative connotation, right? Because of that, you add more distress lines to make it look even more so. There you go. Agony. Okay, agony. That's, you guys are naming a lot of really like interesting facial expressions. Agony, like, let's see. I've been in agony before, and it's. I know it's like a bunch of really painful, like contractions in your body normally that compose to actually have agony. It's like, and you end up like scrunching every ounce of your body just trying to actually like bear the pain. So that would be agony. Cocky. Oh, that's gonna be a good one. Cocky. So cocky to me is Gaston, pretty much. Like Gaston is the epitome of cocky to me. Like one eyebrow up, both eyes closed, and like ting ting ting. Seductive. Seductive. So seductive tends to be associated with very angular eyes. Or like eyes like looking like hey. So for like if I wanted to make a character very seductive, I'd probably make some like more slanted eyes. And again, play with the eyebrows. Play with one eyebrow going up, one eyebrow going down, and then just looking directly at the person. Constipation. Okay, let's try that. Constipation. So what happens when you're constipated? It happens you can't poop. So if you can't poop, you're like one eyebrow down, and you're still struggling. So you're like, but you're still trying to like kind of like make things kind of. So you're like looking into the void. You're looking into nothing, like, but you're like stressing out. And then your nostril goes up on the side where you close your eye. So you're really, really focused, and you're like, ah. So again, let's see. It seems like your mouth is open towards this side. You're struggling, and you're like, Argh. And you're about to pop a vein. And you're like flushed. Oh my god. Oh, okay. So what's the next one? Nervous. All right, let's do nervous. So let's walk through with the nervous. Okay, so nervous, you'd be like, it's kind of like being surprised, but with your eyebrows to the side, like you're like, and it normally comes associated with facial and like hand positions. So worried and nervous would be very close together when it comes down to it. Salty. Salty, that would be like jealous, right? Like, or just like straight up like angry, like ugh, like disgusted. We already did disgusted, but like salty would be like maybe like looking down on someone, maybe. So imagine you're like trying to look down on someone. Let's draw the eyes first. And then if I wanted to like make a person look a little upset, but not too upset. Maybe something like that would be salty. Like, what's up? What she got that I don't got? Hmm? Dry heaving. Again, that's not really like, that's like a verb. That's like something that somebody's doing. So I guess that's not really a facial expression. But let's see if we can like make someone dry heaving. Like, it's kind of like a throw up. Uh. There you go. Something like. So dry heaving. Shy. Let's do shy. That's a good one. Shy. Yeah, I have no idea what happened there. I have no idea what happened there. Sorry, guys. Like it just like freaked out on me, and then just like, and then it just went black. So shy, shy. If someone's shy, they're gonna be hiding their face a little bit, and they're probably not gonna want to be seen. But let's see, shy. You're like tucking in. You're still bringing one eyebrow down. It's very similar to nervous, but you're just looking up. So let's go over the facial expressions we have done so far. We have done angry, disgust, extra happy, extra snooty, and annoyed, flirty, depressed, and sleepy, and mortified, and agony, cocky, seductive, constipation, nervous, salty, heavy, dry heaving, shy, and dumbfounded, and side-eyed. So let's go. Do hungry. Oh, hungry, hungry. That's an interesting one. Hungry. So if you're hungry, like, what's the face you make? You're like, when I'm hungry, I'm just like, that's me when I'm hungry. I'm just like, food, food. Bashful. Okay, bashful. Let's try bashful. Bashful. So bashful would mean that the person's like maybe looking to the side. Wait, let's see. Let's draw some eyes. And then let's see. Would something like that work for bashful? I don't know. I think I'm not completely sold on this one. So bashful, that would be like romantically shy, right? Like, let's see. Let's try one more for bashful. Like, how do you make bashful without like hand expressions? Like, if I had hands, I would just like be like, oh, like push his cheeks up, and then it would be like, oh, right? Like with hands, I can do that. Without hands, it's like a little bit more difficult. So, bashful. Sick. Let's do sick. So sick again is a negative expression, so it's gonna have a lot of distress lines. So whenever you have like somebody that has any sort of like negative connotation to them, like in their anger or be it sickness or anxiety or something like that, you're going to end up drawing a lot of really, really distressed lines in your line work. That way, it creates the feeling of distress. So confused. So confused would be like, probably like, like what? Bored. Let's do bored. So bored is actually like one of my favorite expressions. It's just like a half moon with one singular little like line, and you like alternate the eyebrow a little bit. Bored. Disturbed. 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 Like disturbed would mean that you saw something that like was like what the right? Disturbed, like ooh. That's what I'm like feeling when I hear this ooh. So we're gonna add like the face like ooh. Then we're gonna add ooh. Oh man, some of these are so funny. Oh guys, okay, so let's do this. This is going to be a fun night if we do something for each other. Every time that I draw something cool that you guys like, you guys hit the heart button. Every time that you guys feel like helping and you guys are able to, hit the share button. There's only 2 people sharing the stream. That's why we only have like 150 people in the chat. So if you guys help me, I will be more than happy to help you. So every time I draw a facial expression that you guys think looks cool, hit the heart button. Every time that you guys just feel like helping, share the stream. That's that simple. Deal? And then if that's the case, well, everybody is a winner. Ta-da! Scared. I'll do scared in a second. So like and share the stream so that Rod can grow as a channel. The more that Rod grows, the more that I can share with everybody. So like and share the stream. We already did hungry. Lost. Lost is not a facial expression. Overstimulated. That is not a facial expression. We already did confused. Sassy. Okay, let's do sassy. We've already done a bunch of the ones that you guys mentioned. Sassy. So what is sassy like? Like when I think sassy, I think like Zoolander. But I think of like angled eyes. That's what I imagine as sassy. Curious. I think we already did curious. Hold on. So we have done these so far. We've done angry, disgust, happy, love, snooty, annoyed, flirty, depressed, sleepy, mortified, agony, cocky, seductive, constipation, nervous, salty, dry heaving, shy, dumbfounded, side-eyed, hungry, bashful, sick, confused, bored, disturbed, happy again, I guess. And then we did sassy. Fierce. Let's try fierce. A lot of them, as you guys will notice, are very much like one eyebrow up, one eyebrow down. Fierce. Inspired. Cool. Let's do inspired. That one's cool. Inspired. Remember, every time that I draw one that you guys like, you guys have to hit the heart button. That is the deal. Okay? That is the only deal that we have here. Then if you guys are drawing along, hit the share button so that we can grow. That is the only two things that I ask this whole stream. Okay? So inspired. I would have like a really open mouth because I'd be so happy. And I'd be really excited at the same time. There you go. That's what be inspired. Stoic. What is stoic? Not really sure what stoic is. I'm going to take a stoic as seeing like somber, like cold. that is what I'm going to refer to as stoic because I don't know what it means. Cold. So stoic. Again, it would probably be like very close to indifference. Petrified. We already did a mortified, which is very close to that. So that would be like mortified right there. Stoic means a person. What? Anyways, farted. Okay, let's do that one. Farted. So it'll be like, yeah. Cheeks up. Probably looking at your friend. Actually, no, probably one eyebrow down. And you'd be like, hey. What was it? Goofy. Okay, let's do goofy. Goofy. Okay, so goofy could be a couple different ways. Could be like goofy, like slapstick goofy with like the tongue out and everything. That could be goofy. Or we can give him like a goofy hat. Insanity. So insane. So insane. So insane is one of the most negative ones that we're going to have to draw ever. So that's going to involve a lot of distress lines. Both inside where the details are going to be more sketchy. And as well as every line outside, if I want to really show like somebody that's demented, it's not necessarily showing them angry. It's just showing them in a way that would scare you. Is one of the expressions farted? Yes. Somebody said farted. Hopeless. Hopeless. Oh, that's a good one. Hopeless will be very close to depression. So let's draw hopeless. See, hopeless is depression, but with less stress lines. So it would be like more like just like an empty look to a person. And if you wanted to like even make it worse, it could be like some more stress lines. Completely avoid putting any details inside the eyes, and you would make a person look even more so lost, anxious, stuff like that. We already did snooty. Heartbroken. Oh, heartbroken. So heartbroken, I would probably end up drawing somebody crying. Somebody with their eyebrows down. Obviously, they've been crying, so their eyes would be all big and wet, so they'd have a big highlight. They would just have like a closed mouth and be all whimpery. Or they would be like, wah, and snooty and like snotty and actually, I don't like eyes like that. Let's just fill them out and make them look all super big and like. Empty. Well, empty would be very much like lost or anxious. So empty would just be like somebody that's just like given up, right? Like somebody that's just like probably looking down. It's a pretty like. So damn. Powerful. Powerful. How could that be like a facial expression? So powerful would be very much to confidence. So let's draw a powerful facial expression. Yes. Wow. Power? I would say more like confidence. Would be more like that. Hypnotized. Oh, that's a good one. So hypnotized. So hypnotized means that your eyes would be like all big and you'd have like little spirals inside. And you'd probably be like, what? Hypnotized. Envy. Did we already do envy? No, we haven't done envy. So let's do envy. Envy. So envy, what is... So envy would be like someone like getting all like upset because somebody else has something that they don't have. So let's draw like a little piece of cake right here. And we're going to make this person feel like they're entitled to it. Like, so we have one eye. We have the other eye over there. I don't know. I don't know if that's necessarily envy, though. Like, that doesn't look like it's very envious. Let's try another one. So I'm not completely sold on that. Let's do envy. Like, it's obviously a negative like expression. So let's bring the eyebrow down a little bit. There you go. That seems more like an envy. High. Okay, let's draw high. So, let's see, like, what happens when you're high? Your eyelids become really heavy. You become super chill. And you end up super, super, like, yo, eh. And then obviously a little bit of your eyes get red. Let's see. Okay, so let's review and let's do like a little song for the ones that we've done so far. And we are doing facial expressions. Should we do it to like the theme of like Old MacDonald had a farm? Because that's the only thing that I know how to like repeat. So, angry, disgust, love, happy, snooty and annoyed, flirty, depressed, and sleepy too, and mortified in agony. Cocky and seductive, constipation too, nervous, shy, or salty, dry heaving too. Shy, dumbfounded, side-eyed, hungry, bashful, sick, confused, and bored. Disturbed, happy, sassy, fierce, inspired, stoic, farted, goofy. Insane and lost and anxious, heartbroken, down, power, confidential dude. Hypnotized and envy, and now a high to. All right, let's keep them going. Smitten. So that would be like somebody completely and like madly in love, right? But we already did love, so let's try a different expression for smitten. So I can imagine smitten like being somebody that's like fawning over their crush. That's like just literally like chilling, drinking some coffee on their break, and they're like, ah. So there you go. That would be it, right? Like that would be like somebody like somebody in love again. You are very talented. Thank you. I appreciate it. Jealousy. I think that did we already do jealous? I think we already did jealous. No, we did envy. So let's do jealous. So jealous would be an interesting one. So I can imagine like somebody being furious, right? Like, but they're still like really like wide-eyed because they're like, oh my God, I can't believe you did this shit. Is he touching her hand? Oh my God. It's like I'm seeing previous relationships' faces. Oh my god. Oh, remember the rule, guys. If you guys like the facial expression that I draw, hit a heart button. That's the only way that I know that you guys like it. So if you guys like any of them, just like we're gonna accumulate a shit ton of likes. But if every time that I hit the mark, just hit the like button. Can you do dead? Yes, I can do dead. All right, let's do dead. D-E-D, dead. So dead. Yes, that's not how you spell it. It's just cool to say it like that. So dead. So there's a couple ways to do dead, right? There's like, there's one. But if you go with like more detail, it would be more like corrosion and like maybe more like skeletal remains. This is how you would approach like zombies and stuff like that. Actually start applying your anatomy a little bit and then just enough of detail. Exhausted. Oh man, that's exhausted. That's me right now. But let's do another exhausted. So I'm going to, as I do these guys, I want to let you guys know that I'm going to be releasing the pinup book for print, and I'm going to releasing an updated version of it with like 30 extra pages. So the ebook will be updated to have something with extra, like it'll be 100-page books. That's gonna be the default from now on. Like it's gonna be 100-page books, period. Like I'm not gonna do anything smaller because I want you guys to have like a bunch of like material to be able to play with. So the pinup book is literally my baby. That is going to be like, that's my gift to the world. Like honestly, like I have worked so hard to get to where like I needed to be able to feel confident enough to be able to release that. And it's been the years in the making, like years. So I hope that you guys like it. Like it took like a couple versions of it, like just to get it. And I got it funded strictly with the ebooks. So this, thank you guys so much. Like, your guys' like purchase of the ebooks helps out like immensely. Like that is literally what funds all the cool projects and things that I do. So I appreciate it wholeheartedly. Exhausted. So one thing that you guys will notice, right? And then we'll make a note of that here. So whenever it's a positive expression, aka happiness, joy, everything that's a positive note, you're going to not see a lot of distress lines. You're going to see a lot of clean lines, right? And the cleaner the lines are, the more they convey that emotion. So clean lines. Whenever it comes down to an expression like anxiety or anger or anything, so that's something that's negative expressions, will have a lot of distress lines. So anger is going to have a lot of distress lines because it creates like all the little like folds that happen create more and more folds. More folds create more contrast. More contrast creates more like just like chaos. So creating that chaos creates more of a negative feel for us. So the more lines you add to an element, you start giving it a very like anxious feel to it. And the more that we add lines the more that intensifies. And as long as you know how to control them and don't let them get out of hand, you can have a lot of fun playing with a bunch of different expressions and like feels for your artwork by simply controlling the level of line work that you use for them. Okay? So keep that in mind, and then you can combine them too. So it can be like really fun to play around with both of them and see the ranges that you can get. So how can you do speechless? Speechless. So speechless would be like somebody that's just been like stunned, right? That's essentially what's happening when you are speechless. So when you're speechless, you tend to be like tight mouth, like you tend to be surprised, probably. So like we just talked about, we're gonna add a little bit of distress lines. And little tiny eyes, just to add the contrast of the like what just happened type of like feel. Pain. Cool. Pain. That one's a good one. It's because, like there's a pain chart, right? So there's like when you go to doctors, this is a good exercise too for for fun. Like, so you can do like a pain chart thing. And let's do like, I don't know, let's do not so much pain, just like discomfort, and then heavy pain. So for heavy pain would be like agony, right? Like, oh, like you're like just holding on there. Like you have like all those distress lines because you're trying to like not like puke from the pain. You're like scrunching your nose up because you're definitely like not okay. And you're just scrunching your mouth open like, Argh. That is what I imagine it is like to be in the most terrible pain in the world, right? All those muscles just like, Argh. You're like in pain. You can't completely close your eyes because you're like constantly like, in agony. Then let's do a little bit less pain. Let's do like mild annoyance, like, oh. So maybe like also the eyebrow down. Maybe this one a little bit high still. The eye would be a little bit more open. You'd have a little bit of distress because it still hurts. So mild distress. And then let's do an in-between. So I'm going to take like an in-between mouth. It's gonna bring that one eyebrow a little bit down more, but the eye maybe not completely closed yet. So this one's completely closed, this one's halfway open, so this one's in between. And then this one's eyebrows up here, and then this one's closing it, so this one has to be a little bit in between there. There you go. You have a little chain chart of pain. Could you do manipulative? That is an action for like, I don't know how you can possibly draw manipulative as a facial expression, because you need to be able to be showing an action, right? Like you need, if you want to show manipulative, you need to show somebody getting manipulated. Like manipulation is not a facial expression. So I would have to draw somebody like hiding something behind their hand and like offering something else to someone, right? And then I don't know. Something along the lines like that would be like manipulation or something, or like you would have to draw like a puppet. Like you would have to draw like somebody puppeteering somebody else. Right? Something like that would be like manipulation. Like, but that would be like more like a body pose, not necessarily some facial expression, which would be able to be played off a little bit better with a facial expression, right? Like, so something like that would be like something that you could use to show manipulation, but just by itself, the facial expression is not necessarily like manipulative. It's more like a grin. It's more like an evil grin. Anxious. We already did anxious. Happy, anxious. Happy, anxious. Okay. So now we're combining them. Cool. Okay. So happy, anxious. So anxious was like all the stress lines, right? That's anxious. And then happy, anxious. There you go. Adorable. Okay, let's do adorable. By the way, I don't know if you guys are complimenting it or you guys are naming like an action. By the way, so adorable. Adorable would be like insanely large eyes with literally impossible to cross over eyes with like gigantic highlights. Maybe like a gradient to their eyes inside. Some nice little depth by darkening the top line of our eye. Also the edge of the eyeball. Making a really tiny feature like a mouth that's minuscule compared to the actual eye, and then add some like blush. And you have an adorable face. We already did flabbergasted. Where's flabbergasted? That just dumbfounded. It's the same thing. Depressed. We already did depressed. We have lost and anxious. We have agony. We have depressed over here. Smug. So we have snooty. Zoned out. Okay. Zoned out sounds like a good one. Zoned out. Would that be like, yeah, like zoned out, like zoning out, like distracting yourself? Or would it be like zoned out, like what, like we're going robotic? Like what? Like Tiny eyeballs. We already did constipated too, by the way. Evil. Let's do evil. So, evil in itself can be represented in a lot of different ways. The way that I like to represent evil is always like, I always think of the Joker. Whenever I think of evil, like, I can't think of anybody worse than the Joker. So I think of like really sharp edges, and I think of really sharp lines. If you guys learn a little bit about like shape dynamics and shape language, that is essentially why you will think that anything drawn with like a sharp line will be considered dangerous. It has like to do a little bit with psychology. We already did flirty and seductive, so we already did those. We already did shy. We already did flabbergasted. Wealthy is not a facial expression. Did you know morbidly? That's not a facial expression. You already did crazy. Giddy is just silly. We already did deluxe. Relaxed. Okay, we haven't done relaxed. So let's try relaxed. So when I'm relaxed, we already did confused. We already did dead. It's literally right there. Dead. Dizzy. We haven't done dizzy. So let's do dizzy. Dizzy. We already did worried. We already did annoyed. We already did disgust. We already did distressed. We already did famished. I guess that's a good one. Famished. Or like hungry or like starving, I guess. Famished. So famished would be an interesting one because you have to draw a little bit of like a person's skeleton, right? Because you need to draw them like getting skinny. So you would have to like learn how to draw the edge of your eye socket to be able to draw somebody going into starvation. You need to learn a little bit more about your actual face and stuff. Let me make the shadows so it actually looks like he's doing something, like having his eyes a little bit sunken in. There you go. Sick, we already did it. Bored, we already did. What? Realization? A realization of what? That's not a facial expression. We already did scared. We already did angelic is not a facial expression. Hopelessness, we already did that. Mental breakdown, we already did that. Cringe, we already did that. No sleep, we already did that. Tired, we already did that. There's innocence, not a facial expression. In love, we already did that. Smirk, we already did that. Sick, we already did that. Jealousy, we already did that. Okay, there you go. Eating something sour. Something sour, that would be a good one. So puckering up your mouth. So sour. So when you're like eating something sour, it just like makes everything pucker. So that's essentially what happens when you eat something sour. Your whole like system just goes like flip. We already did love. We already did ecstatic. Uh, Here, I'll let you guys know. Hold on. Before you guys keep going, let's go over the list again so you guys can see it because we're running out of space too. So I'm going to go over the list and you guys, if you guys see one that we haven't done, then you guys can let me know. Okay? So let's start with angry, disgust, love, extra happy, snooty, annoyed, flirty, depressed, sleepy, beep, 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 mortified, agony, cocky, seductive, constipation, nervous, salty, dry heaving, shy, dumbfounded, side-eyed, hungry, bashful, sick, confused, bored, disturbed, beep, 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 beep. Another happy, sassy, fierce, inspired, stoic, farted, goofy, insane. Lost or anxious, heartbroken, feeling down, confident, hypnotized, envy. We did too. High. In love, jealous, dead, exhausted, stumped, speechless, in pain, more pain, even more pain. Then we went into happy, anxious, adorable, zoned out, evil, relaxed, dizzy, famished, and sour. So now that we have gone through the list, what have we not done? We already did nervous. Disappointed. I guess we haven't done disappointed. So let's do disappointed. Disappointed. So the feeling that we all got from our parents when we didn't go into law. Disappointment. Horrified. I think we already did horrified. Shell-shocked, nauseous. Did we do a nauseous? No, we haven't done nauseous. Let's do nauseous. Like about to throw up, nauseous, like. Nauseous. Tipsy. Oh, so like drunk? Tipsy. Let's see. Tipsy would be like, hey. Like heavy eyelids, maybe. And then like you'd have like and if you had a hand you'd be like eh. Oh my god, some of these are hilarious, dude. Like sweaty, sweaty. That's not a facial expression. Ecstatic. We already did a really happy one. We already did surprise. We already oh, we didn't do a thinking card, so that one's a good one. So pondering. Hmm. And it is heavily, and if you add a hand, it just enhances it. Confused. We already did confused. Stressed. Hot and cold. How would you show that? Itchy is like a feeling. That's not a facial expression. Murderous. Murderous that are enraged. There you go. Like, I don't know, killing intent, I guess. So, murderous. So, if I was about to go, like, end someone's life, I'd probably be, like, super wide-eyed. Look at them directly. With all the fury in the world. And I'm probably really angry, so my teeth are gonna be like showing. But how do I want to show my teeth? I'd be like, ah, there you go. Arr. There you go. At peace. Oh, that's kind of relaxed. We already did mortified. Laughing. I guess, yeah, I don't think we've done a laughing one. That's the basic one. So laughing. Let's do a really happy laugh. Then we'll do a slightly less happy laugh. And then we'll do an even less slight happy laugh. So laughing could be in any of these forms. We already did bored. How about this? I'm going to draw one last face, and this one's for me, for you guys. This is going to be a thankful one, right? So that's going to be just me being thankful for you guys. So thank you guys so much for being my sketch buddies tonight. Today was a nice day. Today I had a wonderful, wonderful day. And I hope that you guys did too. So with a happy smile, in a full heart, full of happiness, because I do feel like I feel loved today. You know, like I just feel happy. So I want to say happy evening, morning, good night, whatever you guys are watching me in right now. Hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. Um, Nothing else. Like I don't need to say anything else. Thank you guys so much for everything. Talk to you guys soon.